Did you receive an email from something called Kroll Settlement Administration LLC about the AT&T settlement and weren't sure if it was real? A lot of people have been getting these notices, and the first reaction for many was to be cautious, wondering if it's just another scam. The truth is, Kroll Settlement Administration LLC is a legitimate court-approved company that handles settlements for large lawsuits, and in this case, they're the official administrator for the AT&T Data Breach Settlement. That means they're in charge of notifying people, verifying who's eligible, and sending out payments when the time comes. Kroll is part of a larger firm, which deals with risk management, investigations, and financial services. In settlement cases, their role is pretty straightforward. They gather the class member lists from AT&T, send out official notices by email or mail, set up the claim website, and manage the submission and payment process. They've been doing this for many different settlements in the US, so their name showing up doesn't automatically mean it's suspicious. In fact, the website they've set up for this case, telecom-settlement.com, is the only official place to file your claim. For the AT&T settlement, there are actually two separate incidents, AT&T 1 and AT&T 2, because there were two different breaches affecting customers' data. If your information was involved in either or both breaches, you might get one email, or you might get two separate ones, each with its own claim ID. This has confused some people, but it's just because the settlement treats each incident as a separate claim. If you're eligible for both, you can file twice and potentially receive payments from each one. The email itself usually comes from AT&T Settlement e.emailksa.com, which is tied to Kroll's email system. Many people reported finding it in their spam or junk folder, so it's worth checking there. Inside, the email will explain which AT&T incident you're a part of, give you your claim ID, and include a link to file your claim online. Some people have said the links didn't always work right away, or that they triggered warnings in their browser. If that happens, you can just go directly to the official settlement website and enter your claim ID manually. If you didn't get the email at all, you can still call the claims hotline and get your ID after verifying your identity. As for what you can get, there are two types of payments. If you had actual losses, like you paid for credit monitoring, had fraudulent charges, or had to spend money to fix an identity theft problem, you might be eligible for a documented loss payment. For AT&T 1, that can be up to $5,000 if the losses happened in 2019 or later and can be linked to the breach. For AT&T 2, the cap is $2,500 for losses after April 14, 2024. You'll need to submit proof like receipts or bank statements to get those amounts. If you don't have those losses or don't want to submit documents, you can go for a tier payment instead. The tiers depend on what kind of data was exposed. If your social security number was part of it, that's Tier 1 in AT&T 1, which pays 5 times more than Tier 2. In AT&T 2, there's a Tier 3 payment, and again, the exact dollar amount will depend on how many people file claims. Filing is pretty simple. You either click the link in your email or go to the settlement website, telecom-settlement.com. Enter your claim ID or your name and email, and choose your payment type. They'll also ask how you want to get paid. Options include direct deposit, Zelle, Venmo, or a paper check. Once you submit, you'll get a confirmation number, and that's pretty much it until payments go out. It's important to understand that you won't get the money right away. The court has to hold a final approval hearing, which is scheduled for December 15, 2025. If the settlement is approved, payments will be processed after that. That means we're probably looking at payouts sometime in 2026. Until then, the best thing to do is make sure you've filed your claim before the deadline, which is November 29, 2025, and keep your confirmation in a safe place. A lot of people were skeptical about the legitimacy of the emails at first, and that's a healthy instinct. There are plenty of scams out there pretending to be settlements, but in this case, Kroll is the real deal, and the AT&T settlement is a genuine court-approved class action. The safest way to handle it is to avoid clicking any suspicious links and instead go straight to telecom-settlement.com. From there, you can log in, file your claim, or contact the administrator if you have questions. So if you got that email from Kroll Settlement Administration LLC, it's not junk mail, it's your notice that you might be owed money from the AT&T Data Breach Settlement. Just make sure you file through the official site, keep an eye on your spam folder, and be ready to choose how you want your payment. It's a long wait, but if you're eligible, this could mean a few $100s or more back in your pocket when it's all done.